Today on the MT and Me, I hope to fasten the legs onto my shade, if we can find everything we need to do it. Hi, I'm Russ. I'm rebuilding a 1977 Mobile Traveler motorhome. This is all about the MT and me. Welcome back to the MT and Me. If you watched last week's video, you watched us build a tarp. This week we're going to start out by finishing it up, which means we got to put the legs on. Remember, it's supposed to be a lean-to style tarp, so I've got 2 legs to go on there. And to do that, we're going to have to fit some PVC, and that means I've got to use the heat gun again. Come on over here. Now, if you want a full lesson in how to bend PVC pipe with a heat gun, I would refer to last week's video. But we're going to do it again this week, heating this section of the pipe up so we can put this section in it and make it longer.
Now, the reason we have to do this is because it's been heated once before, right?
Exactly, yes. We had heated this once before to try and reshape it for a totally different project. And as you might be able to tell, it's kind of sank in here. Yeah, tulip shape. That's a good description of it, tulip shape. So we need to get it warm enough that we can shove this pipe in and it will push it out of the way, expand it back out. And then that way when it cools off, it ought to grip it. And then I can put a screw in just for good measure's sake.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
All right. It's doubling it up. It's folding it. Well, that did not exactly work out the way we planned. We're going to see if it'll work. I think I've got it lined up to where it's straight with the other one. And whether or not, when this cools off, there'll be enough grip to hold it in place. We're going to have to wait a few minutes and see. Let it cool down some. Our problem was, I got one spot a little too hot, and it being softer than the rest of the plastic, it started collapsing as we were trying to push the other one in, and as a result it basically buckled and formed a stop. I probably could have been a little more even on the heating and kept that from happening, but then again, this plastic has been heated before, so it may have been a weak spot in the structure from then that caused that. It's hard to say.
Probably should have put something inside of it as it was heating, and we didn't.
Well, like most of our projects, we figure out what we did wrong after
we've done it.
After it goes wrong.
We do it wrong so you don't have to.
That's right. So next time we'll modify the procedure if I ever have to try and fit PVC like this together again. And now we wait for it to cool off completely.
Did you mention there's a 103 heat index at the moment?
No, it's almost hot enough to put this PVC out in the sun and let it melt. Let it melt in the sun. And we actually have what's called an extreme heat warning in effect today. That's like a really, really bad heat advisory. So we're not going to be out here any longer than we have to. Right now, here in the shade, there's actually a little bit of a breeze, and it's not unbearable. But in a few hours, the heat index is supposed to be about 109 to 111. And that's dangerous for anybody. Right. So we go to be indoors under the AC then, one way or the other, whether or not I have legs on that tarp or not. You know, I just don't trust this to hold. I don't even think if we put a screw or two in it, it's going to be strong enough. But I have an idea. I want to take this 2-inch pipe and see if we can't slide it over this smaller pipe and over that coupling area, and then maybe we can heat this so that it shrinks down to hold it firm, and we can put some screws in it too. First of all, let's see if it fits. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Here goes nothing. I should note, this is thicker stuff, so it's going to take longer to heat up.
You want me to pull this back out?
Okay, as much as we've heated this sleeve piece, I don't think it's going to shrink enough to tighten up on the PVC underneath it. So the best we could do apparently would be to put that in place and screw it in on both pieces and see if that would help hold it, brace it. I don't know if that'll be enough.
We can try it though.
We can try it. What I would like to do is put some screws in this before we do that, so that this is held in place.
Okie doke.
I have a very dull drill bit here. Matches the dull drill operator. So the sleeve's not going to fit over this. What's actually stopping it is the screw heads. I can't get them in any further than they are unless I try countersinking, and that's just, what's the old saying, too much sugar for a dime? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just for the record, this is turning into much more of a job than I had planned.
No, I knew you cursed this project yesterday and you said it'll only take an hour. Are you ready?
Nope, but go anyway.
That's it.
It's farther than it was. Sleeve fits over it great now.
That's a lot further in than it was.
It is, it's further in. What would you think about just, let's not do any more heat because that wasn't working.
Right.
Maybe just drill some holes and screw the sleeve into this on both sides of the joint, so that, and on both sides of this, so it'll all hold together. See how that works?
Sounds good. There you go. That's not wobbly.
Now we
You want me to hand you this other pipe?
we get the other pipe, and yes, cut it to length. Can you get that? The camera bends over, and the pipe miraculously appears. I love reciprocating saws. One of the best inventions ever. And we have two 10-foot legs. Now we just have to put them on the frame.
Yeah. You're just using the brackets for that though, right?
Yeah. Of course. I'm not going to say anything's going to be simple. Okay, here's the idea. Let's say this is the frame, same size. This will go over that. And we're going to secure it down on this. A couple of screws on each side, and then 2 or 3 here to keep it from wobbling back and forth. And hopefully that'll give me enough support that the frame won't fall over. That's what we're going to try anyway.
Ah.
So,
It'll either work or it won't.
first step is going to be to fasten one side of this bracket onto the leg. Okay. Let's got that one.
Yeah. You want to drill the holes for the other side while you're
Probably not bad.
while you're drilling this one?
Most of your ideas are not bad ideas.
They're not necessarily good ideas.
They're usually better than mine.
You really think we need the bigger one?
Battery just died. So,
Well, I am really proud of you for not throwing it across the yard.
there's another drill. I can't. So,
So we're pretty much shut down.
well, no, we're going to put the brackets on that I have because the drills are the drills. The holes are drilled. Did I mention that it's hot and I'm just a little irritated?
Something is going to get thrown across the yard.
Yeah, just a little bit irritated. I've been taking it out on Reese, bless her heart, so it's not her fault. So I hereby publicly apologize to you for snapping at you. I
It's
am
okay.
sorry. I am sorry.
Comes with the territory.
Okay, all right. So, that being aside, we're going to go ahead and use the small bracket. See if we can put these on.
All right.
All right. So, here's the thing. We've got to fasten the other side of the brackets now. We're going to pull this over and lay it down so that I can flip these back over and get to the other side to put the final screws in.
All right.
That probably makes no sense, but you'll see what I'm doing here.
Okay.
All right. Let's get these out of the way. Okay. You can grab that leg. I'll grab this one. Let's see if we can pull it back up and see if it'll stand. And this is what we've been working for.
Shade.
Shade.
Yeah. Should remark the fact that the sun is like right above us. I'm not even going to try to focus right on it. But
It is high noon, or a little after high noon, I think, which means the sun is approaching its highest point because of that whole daylight savings time thing, right? So, so yeah, the sun is directly overhead, so we don't have much shade. But in the mornings or afternoons, when the angle's lower, we can set this against the sun. It's going to be beautiful.
I bet if we turned it just a little bit, we'd get more shade too.
Probably so. We should point out that this is standing with no, these legs are not fastened in place. It's nothing but weight and gravity holding them there, but they're doing great. It's stable. I'll bet you at this angle it could handle a pretty good wind gust and not blow over. But as much work as we put into this thing, when it gets windy, it's coming down.
It is made to come away without tearing up too. So.
It is. It is. And as we pointed out, I think in last week's video, it's easy to remove the canvas when we need to clean it for some reason, or store it. Or, paint on it. Because we're kind of thinking, you know, that big surface there, we get it cleaned up and looking nice. It's just screaming to have the MT and me written on it. Know what I mean? So we have our shade, portable shade. Yes. Thing is, on a day like today, it's not going to offer very much relief. If anything, is actually blocking what little bit of wind we have out here right now, because it's coming out of the south. But anyway, it's so hot, we're going to call it a day for today. Now, I still want to work on Pearl's carburetor. I have to cut it to fit the manifold, as you might recall. So I'm going to work on finding a cooler place to do that. And that'll be our next project here on the MT and Me.
Popsicle time?
Popsicle time. Popsicle time. Yeah. Let's go.
Whoa! That is really hot. Ow!
That handle in the sun got a little warm, huh?
Yes, it did. Ooh. Letting the wasp out.
Yeah. They don't like the heat either, so.
You're playing with your carburetor, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got to, I still have to get that carburetor fitted, cut, so that it will fit on the manifold. So,
yes, I know. You tell me this constantly.
Gotta find a cool spot to work on that, but life keeps getting in the way. I mean, stuff keeps coming up. It's too hot to work, so it is going to get done in the near future, though. I just don't know exactly when. We've got other stuff on the agenda to do, too. We need a new trailer on this channel, and I'm talking about the header on our YouTube homepage. This is a little video that plays automatically whenever you go to the homepage.
It's number 39, 38, 39?
I think so. It's like video number 38. We're in video number 83 now, so it really needs to be updated. So I tell you what, you gnomes that are watching, if you have a favorite moment from anywhere in our past videos, recent or even some that aren't so recent, comment below or comment on that video. Let us know what that moment is so we can at least consider it for inclusion in the new trailer. You can help us put it together, all right? So let us hear from you.
Good idea.
I
like that idea.
I think that'll work out great, and that's so you gnomes, don't let me down. Let me know what moments you remember from our past videos, and maybe we can put it in a trailer to lure in some new gnomes or some additional gnomes. We don't want to replace you. We just want to add to the numbers, okay?
Yeah.
So be sure to comment.
But those
below.
original 12 will always be the 12 gnomes.
Always. Yeah. Snow White had 7 dwarfs. We got 12 gnomes.
Yes, because that's how many Pearl sleeps.
So be sure and comment anyway, and so that we can include your favorite moments in the new trailer. And we'll be getting that together real soon. We are also focused quite a bit right now on doing a garage sale. Now, that has nothing to do with this video channel or the MT and Me, but it is taking us away from this. It's taking a lot of our time, because anyone who's ever done a garage sale, you know how much work goes into that. So,
and we've been downsizing
for
years.
We have been, and we got a lot more stuff to move. So we got the garage sale, and we've got some other projects going on too that seem to be, like we said, life getting in the way of getting some other stuff done. So apologies for that. none the least of which is the heat. I mean, we're out here right now, and it's like, well, I don't know what, 98 with a heat index of 110 or 111. We still have those extreme heat warnings in effect because it is so hot and humid. And
The heat index today was 111.
I think so.
Yeah.
And forecaster that it could go as high as 115. I'm not going to go outside and work in that.
I'm not going to let you go outside and work in that.
So anyway, that's slowing us down too. So, like I said, life, global warming, garage sales, it's all getting in the way of me doing my carburetor.
And he is driving me nuts about it.
But rest assured, I'm not giving up. This heat can't last forever. All the other stuff can't last forever. So,
Hey, you know what we haven't mentioned?
oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. We were talking about this earlier. It's the reason I know.
Okay, look, speaking of the heat, it's really hot standing here. Can I get in the shade?
Okay, do that, and then we'll talk about our last thing.
Okay.
All right. So, is it any cooler over here?
Oh, yeah, a lot cooler.
Tell you what, though, not as cool as what happened to us right at the end of Pride Month, is it?
Oh, no, you are so right. I actually thought I was going to go all month without getting my annual Pride wedding.
Mm-hmm. And then on the last day of the month, late in the afternoon, we get a phone call, and 30 minutes later,
Yeah, technically it was a Facebook message, but same difference.
well, anyway, point is, it happened right at coming in under the wire. But before we share that video clip with you, I want to remind you to subscribe to the MT and Me if you haven't already. Be sure and give us a thumbs up on this video, like and share it with your friends. Join us every week for an exciting episode. And oh yeah, there's a link below where you can buy me a coffee and help with Pearl's restoration project, all right? So do so. And join us every week here on the MT and Me. And now, we're going to leave you with this happy moment.
What matters is from the beginning of time, there have been souls that were meant to be together. And when those souls find each other, there's absolutely nothing that can keep them apart.
Ain't got
Yeah, go to TT. Go to TT.
That is it. You're done.
So we're officially married.
You are officially married.
Period.
Oh my god.